Welcome to the Home Group Podcast, where we discuss everything addiction, recovery, mental health. I am Flip.
And I am Luke. Our generation of men, you're not allowed to have feelings.
We're going to talk about things that are uncomfortable, things that are scary, because when you talk about it, you take away its power.
The only thing that's going to keep me clean is me not wanting to be who I was then.
We was in the trenches, now look how we out here ballin'. Popped up in the max, now we flooring in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Home Group Podcast. I am Luke. Clean date, October 11th, 2017.
That's why he asked me for my clean date. And I am Flip. Clean date, April Fools, 2016. Hiya! Hiya!
That's good. I like that.
Threw me a curveball there.
I know. That was the plan. Episode Michael Jordan.
Nolan Ryan.
Episode Michael Jordan. 23.
23. The number 23 with Jim Carrey.
Oh, what a good movie.
Such a serious role for him.
You know, he never bounced back from that.
I wouldn't have bounced back from that.
I still haven't bounced back
I
from
lived that today
Oh
with
my-
111.
After I went to the movie theaters and saw that,
Yeah.
and driving home, I made 23 everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm on 41. Well, if you take the 1 and add 1, that's 2. And then if you take the 3,
Yeah.
41. You take the 4 and you minus 1, it's 23.
Yeah. That tree
It's
shaped like a 2 and that stop sign, if you bend it like this, it's a 3.
No.
Oh my God.
And I was like, we're on University Parkway.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
23.
23. Oh my God. So that movie messed me up. A great movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yo, shout out Jim Carrey, episode 414. Be on the lookout.
23.
Were you on in the beginning of the podcast yesterday?
Yeah.
You heard my 21.
Yeah. You did your thing.
Okay.
I'm proud of you.
I was
3 traditions you kept alive.
I had to.
For me.
I had to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How are you doing today? Yesterday was a rough day. How was today?
Yeah, I'm still not jerking off or anything.
Oh. Okay. I mean,
Or whatever you were talking about.
okay. Wow. Okay. So is that maybe causing the frustration?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. It was just a rough day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just the sun. Yeah, so it was hot, and then I didn't get done working until, I don't know, like
6:30.
3 seconds before I was supposed to be here.
Yep.
So,
Okay. So something that I noticed that is a trend with us that I want to tell you, and this is, I've talked about it before, but my higher power has a sense of humor, right?
yeah.
You and I have been getting angry lately, right? At complete strangers. As a matter of fact, when I talked to you yesterday, I was put in an interesting situation because I thought you were about to commit vehicular homicide because you were yelling at complete strangers.
No. I don't. Was it me?
I hope so.
No. I don't think that's accurate.
Oh, okay, so who were you yelling
I may
at?
have given out some unsolicited driving suggestions
Okay.
to a complete stranger.
Okay. Aggressively, maybe?
I mean, that's a matter of opinion.
Tobias
Stop.
Fredrickson.
Don't come around here looking for lap pets. Find another lap. Homeboy.
Come here.
You get the shoe. You get Das Boot.
Das Boot. Shout out Euro Trip.
Yeah.
Love it.
Beer Fest.
Scotty's girl. You remember that song? Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me doing it every Sunday. She tells him she's in church, but she doesn't go. And she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know.
Oh, Scotty doesn't
No.
know. So don't tell Scotty.
What a great movie.
So good.
Yeah, shout out the cast of Euro Trip, episode 612.
612.
Yeah, we're super excited about that one.
Hopefully we'll all be alive by then.
Yeah, I don't know with the way that this is going. So July was the hottest month in recorded history.
Ever. Of all of the days in history.
Which is remarkable. That's remarkable to think about, okay?
Right.
And then you have the oceans are at the warmest temperature that they've ever been in recorded history.
Dude, in the Bible, it talks about fireballs raining down from the sky. It was hotter than that.
Absolutely. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on, right? You have the terrible tragedy that happened in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You have the Hurricane Hillary that just formed in the Gulf that's about to smack California.
Oh, yeah.
And we have two storms just lurking. They're lurking in the Atlantic.
Chilling.
They're scoping things out.
They're just loitering.
Yeah, and
like
so
a couple of hoodlums.
I'm not saying zombie apocalypse, but
yeah. Well, I mean, connect the dots.
That's the only.
It's either that or all the Walmarts get shut down in all the world.
Yep, and
choose.
I don't see that happening. So back to us being angry, right? And so, as a matter of fact, I said to you, and this is not something that I'm proud of, but this is honest, right? I said, I feel like we just need to get in a fight with a complete stranger, right? To just get out some of this aggression.
I remember this conversation.
Right? And this came about because every morning when I drive to work, there is a white pickup truck that seems to come out of nowhere. And it's on this straightaway heading down to where my office is. And I turn, and then when I turn into my parking lot, they wait until I'm turned, and then they lay on the horn, right? And they got me. Like, it's been like a total of 5 times.
It's morning time. You're not really thinking to look for a perpetrator that early in the morning.
Yeah, it's a serial honker.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I was determined, right? So I've been scoping.
Yeah.
I've been scoping. Right? And so I caught the perpetrator.
After we talked about it.
Today.
No.
I caught the perpetrator.
With
I see the white truck, right? And I'm like, okay. And I'm cool. I'm cool, right? And I turn. Honk.
Mm-hmm.
Flip it in reverse. Skirt.
Yeah.
And I follow it. Through this, like where I work is like, even though it's an office building, it's like in an industrial park.
Yeah.
And I see where they park, right? And I said, oh, it's the day of reckoning.
Yeah.
Right? So I pull in the parking lot, skirt, throw my thing in park, get out the car, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm going to do because, like, what if this is like Bruce?
Right.
Like, what if it is a 7-foot,
oh, yeah.
like,
yeah,
bodybuilder?
Yeah.
I mean, I was completely reckless, right? And so I'm standing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
The door opens.
Yeah.
My heart is pow, pow, pow,
oh
pow,
God,
pow,
dude.
pow, pow, pow.
You're
right.
Yeah, your ring announcer music is going. You're about to. I mean, you got the fucking belt on. You got the yeah. What's his name?
Let's get ready to rumble.
What's his name?
Michael Bublé.
Bruce. That's
Oh.
what was Bruce?
Buffer.
Bruce Buffer. Bruce Buffer.
And what happened next when I say is a curveball of all curveballs?
Yeah.
Not only was it not Bruce, it was Ethel.
No.
Had to be an 80-year-old woman with glasses with the beads that come down off the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Around the neck, so in case the glasses fall off.
Yeah.
And I said, excuse me.
She had the pearls?
Yes.
No.
I said, excuse me, ma'am.
Oh,
Ma'am.
Ethel.
And like, I'm looking at her
You
and I'm
confronted her?
I'm looking at, I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, you should have like backed
So
out.
hear me out. I'm standing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I said, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
She said, what's going on, honey?
Oh, God.
And I said, every day I turn and you honk at me. And she said, I do? And I said, yeah, I'm in the blue truck.
She didn't even know.
She goes, I'm so sorry, sweetie. She goes, I thought you were my next door neighbor.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
And I said,
You should be ashamed of yourself, Flip.
I said, oh, okay. And she goes, honey, I'm so sorry. She goes, hold on. And she reaches in her purse. And I said, okay, this is where she grabs a gun.
She grabs a gun and you're dead.
Yeah, and I'm dead.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
not
deserve it.
sorry. Bang, bang.
And I deserve it, right?
Yeah.
And do you know what she hands me? A butterscotch.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Is this the coolest lady ever?
A butterscotch.
I love butterscotch.
A fucking butterscotch, dude.
You're thinking you're about to get into a fist fight. And it ends with you getting a butterscotch from Dorothy, bro. Come on.
Her name is legitimately Ethel.
Talk about your... Oh, you guys
Yeah.
got to know... Did you guys exchange numbers?
She gave me a butterscotch, dude. Yeah. She gave me a butterscotch. We're best friends.
Shout out Ethel. She's going to be on the pod. Episode 36.
Yeah, so, but that's my higher power telling me, calm the fuck down,
Yeah,
dude.
chill out.
Chill out. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
Yeah, you said we need to get into some fights. Bro, you backdoored me? Come on now.
It ain't
It's
the
just
first.
rude, dog.
It ain't the first time.
You're acting like a freaking pit bull right now, homie. Come on now. I'm sorry. God, I feel so bad.
Tobias missed you.
I feel bad.
Tobias missed you.
I know, I feel bad.
You shouldn't. So, that's, my life lesson.
Yeah, you were like, let's fight. Let's get into some fights. And I was like, I got gloves. Let's fight each other. You were like,
That's bad.
Wait a minute.
I mean, maybe if we do it on the live, you know what I mean, for the patrons. But like, I can't fight friends because I can't get mad enough.
Yeah.
I can't.
And then you said that to me, and I said,
Be honest.
I love you. I would never want to fight you because I'm your best friend.
That's not.
Because you're my best.
You said you'd get mad enough when I punch you in the face.
Yeah.
So,
No, I did. I said, yeah, all that sounds good until I knock your head off of your shoulders. That's what I said.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
In like the most like loving and stress relieving way for you. Because I would do that for you because I'm your friend. I'm your best friend.
So needless to say, I confronted Ethel and she gave me a butterscotch. And so, that's that. I've been trying this new thing. If you notice, I'm barefoot. So I've been trying to go barefoot as many places as I can go. I'm just trying to reconnect to Mother Earth. You know what I mean?
Do you know about that?
I do.
You know there was a guy that would take foil and stake it into the ground, and he would run it through his window onto his bed, and he had like a foil lining on his bed, and he said it brought him closer to the earth, and he was like so recharged.
He had like chronic like pain.
Yeah.
And it relieved all that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He had like herniated discs and shit.
Yeah.
And he woke up one day and he was like a professional athlete.
Isn't that crazy? But if you think about it, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, that's where we come from.
Yeah. And so
and that's where we shall return.
Yeah. And so
from whence we came.
I've been trying to do that. You know what I mean? I've been trying some new things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what's been going on with me.
Nice.
Fun fact, did you know that the inventor of Pringles, when he died, his last wish was to be buried in a giant Pringles can, and they made a Pringles can coffin for him.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's buried in a Pringles can.
Once it popped, the fun don't stop. Golly. Dang. How wild is that?
About as wild as our business ladies are spitting chocolate protein out of her nose, which is what just happened. Okay, and I'm pretty sure the mics picked it up. And if not, I am going to elevate the sounds. And so that's cool. So there's that factoid.
Damn.
And then I got a trivia question.
I guess the fun did stop.
Yeah,
with
but
him though.
Hey, he's still partying. I
In
mean,
a
how
Pringles
legendary?
can.
How legendary is that? That's crazy.
Think about being at that funeral and watching the pallbearers. Like, God, I'm hungry, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How would they... You think there was handles on it? Or did they just raw dog it?
You know, I would think that they probably constructed it in the ground. Like dug up the ground and then probably laid the bottom layer.
Fucking...
No.
Vert?
No, not vert.
Oh.
But sideways, but laid the bottom layer.
Yeah.
And then lowered him down and then constructed the half. But what I wanted to know is, is there a plastic lid?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Is there a plastic lid with that little foil wrapper on top? That's what I want to know.
Sealed? Do you think they sealed them up?
I would think
they brought like a
so.
heat gun out there.
Yeah, sealed them up.
This is dark.
Yeah.
This is dark for our podcast.
No.
We're talking about
it's right on
heavy.
time.
We're talking about death.
So I got a trivia question for you.
I love trivia questions.
Who is the only human to be portrayed on a Pez dispenser?
No. That's wrong.
That's not a fact. That's a question.
Yeah, no, but the fact that you're saying there was only one human.
There was only one actual...
You know who used to collect Pez dispensers?
If I had to take a guess, I would say Sonny Grant.
No.
Who?
Mama Patty. Heavy into the dispensers.
Love Pez.
And if I had to guess, I would say Luke Skywalker. Because I've seen one.
Okay, but that's not... It wasn't the actor.
A human.
Human.
That's the actor. Bill Clinton.
Okay, that's your guess. Business laser?
LeBron James.
Michael Jordan.
Betsy Ross.
Who the fuck is Betsy Ross?
The woman who made the American flag?
You just fucking set me up.
I didn't think you were going to go there.
You knew exactly where I was going to go with that. You set me up to look like a terrorist? For real?
If the beard fits.
That's what we're doing now?
If the beard fits.
Wow.
I didn't know you were going to go there.
Well, I went there, Flip.
Okay.
And now I look like a fool.
Well, did you
in this
know...
great country of ours.
Did you know that pigs can orgasm for up to 30 minutes?
You know what's crazy? Used to own one. You know what else is crazy? Jizz loads everywhere. Fucking just like a fucking landmine, dude. You want to know where you're not walking around barefoot, Flip? My living room. Okay? Ever. Really? All right? You want to talk about the floor is lava? Bro, I had a micro mini pig. This thing, there was nothing micro mini about these fucking loads, bro. I'm talking about fucking just little gifts from God everywhere.
Orgasm for up to 30 minutes. I hope in his next life I come back as a pig.
You ever seen a pig wiener?
No.
Fucking stuff of nightmares.
I bet. Is it one of those that like comes out like way far?
Oh, not just that. It corkscrews. Like
corkscrew wieners.
Like a fucking wine bottle opener, dude. Wow. And it fucking it rotates.
Interesting.
Wild, right? His name was Wilbert. And he was this tiny when we got him, and then he got to be this big. And, I mean, unfortunately, we went through a pretty heavy addiction together. And he ran away when I lost my house. The first time I lost my house, and then I got it back, he ran away, and then I spotted him a couple times, and he got taken in by a family of raccoons. This is the craziest shit ever. So this family of raccoons like took him in, and I saw him like fucking, I don't know, it was like 20 minutes away from my house. I saw him, and I know it was him because he had a notch in his ear, right? And he had the same spots and everything. And I was like, Wilbur. And he like looked at me, and he was like, that's not my name anymore. You know what I mean? He's like, that's not my name anymore. And he looked back at his homies, dude, and there was like 4 raccoons like hanging with him. And they like ran over to a trash can, and he fucking They're like all standing around him like, yeah, Wilbur. And he's like, oh. And he's like, fucking, oh. And he headbutts this trash can and knocks the trash can over. Like they had a mutual relationship. Like they scouted the cans and Wilbur came in and knocked them down, dude. And fucking everybody ate, bro. And he's probably still out there just thugging it with the gang, bro. Gang. Damn. Yeah, bro.
That is like probably not only the coolest pet story that I ever heard, but so much better than my pet story. I had a gerbil who I named G.
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't you?
And he, even though he was the only one in the cage, he used to bury his food and then forget where he would bury it. And one day I came in and I said, "Where's his back toes?" And he ate his back toes off one of his legs. And I said, "Listen, G, like it's been real, but like you got to go, right?" And I was living in Summer Cove Apartments right off Tallahassee. And I lived like my apartment was right on Tallahassee. And the apartment complex goes deep back. It goes back into the woods. I went all the way back in the woods and I dropped him off. And I said, "Listen, like this is where we part ways." So, like, you can't, first of all, if somebody is willing, like, if you sat right here and you're like, "Damn, dude, I'm hungry," and you bit off one of your fingers and just started chewing it, like, this is where I draw the line, right? You have access to food. I make sure you're fed and you bite off your toes. Hold on. It gets better.
Flip.
It gets better.
Flip.
1 week later, in apartment complex, if you ever lived in an apartment, they have laundry chutes that go into the like hallway, right? For the dryer. We hear this scratching, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, "What is that?" And I go out in the hallway. He's trying to climb up the laundry chute.
Bro.
He found us.
You're trying to make me...
He found us, dude. And it was a week. Which, first of all, a little gerbil with only 3 good feet.
How far did you bring him?
I took him deep in the woods.
No way, bro.
Deep in the woods, right?
No.
Yeah. No, I took him deep. I'm not talking about like I put him like in the grass outside my apartment.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I took him deep.
Yeah.
Like it was a good 5 to 7 minute bike ride, and then another 5 to 7 minutes on foot.
Yeah.
And I said, "This is like you're on your own now."
Dude, he's out there like Bear Grylls, dude.
Yo, right? So he comes back and he's scurrying up the laundry chute. And like part of me is like, "Oh, you miss your home. Like you smelt us." Like that's like there were so many emotions because one, I was amazed that he was able to track the scent that far.
And then you realize like what would be the reason that I would come all the way back to this specific house if somebody took me 15 miles deep in the woods and dropped me off with 3 limbs.
Exactly. And so I said,
he's out for death.
Now it's war.
It's murder.
Now it's war.
Yeah.
And I went inside and I put on my Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt.
Of course.
And I put on a bandana.
Yep.
And I grabbed my BB gun.
Yeah.
And I said, "Listen, dude, we're gonna duke it out."
Yeah. I'm got so many emotions right now because I want to be with you, bro. But then at the same time, I'm like, God, that poor thing, dude. You fucking, like, he was like, you were his only guy, dude. You were his only guy.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And he fucking Van Gogh'd himself out of love for you.
Well, it was either that or...
Instead of running away and jumping out of that tank, he would rather have chewed off his own foot to continue to be your pet.
Okay.
And what'd you do?
I did what I deemed necessary. Because I'm like, if he's willing to chew off his own foot, if he ever gets out, my eyeballs are gone, my pecker's gone.
Could you imagine waking up and having a gerbil chewing your nuts off?
Oh, and
Good
so...
lordy.
And so...
oh, my God.
I went on a trek. I grabbed a shoebox.
Yeah.
I put him in the shoebox.
Yeah.
And I took him on a journey. Never to be seen again. He might be... He might...
No, what are you talking about? Never to be seen again. What happened? You were geared up for war. He's obviously out for blood. Did you guys, like... Don't lead me up to that. Did he disappear? Like, what? When you got geared up, you came back, he was...
I geared up.
Yeah.
I came back.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, G, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he looked at me, and I went back inside, grabbed a shoebox. I put him in the shoebox.
Oh, you went again?
I went on a trek, though. Like a trek.
Yeah.
Like I went into the deep abyss of the jungle.
Yeah.
And,
wild thornberries.
yeah, dude. And, I dropped him off and never saw him again, man.
No way.
Yeah, he might be out there rolling with old Wilbert in the Raccoon
Maybe.
squad.
How wild would that be? We leave out here, and they're all just, like, squatted up out front.
Yeah.
Like, you thought it was over, motherfucker?
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, let's go. And we go to get in our vehicles, and all our tires are slashed.
Yeah. Jizz everywhere. Just jizz all over the floorboards.
We take a step, and we're stuck.
Your little corkscrew grinding the paint on the side of your car.
I'm stuck, and G comes up and starts nibbling my toes. Right?
See how you like it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's wild.
Dang, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, none. I had a snake one time, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, a reticulated python. But I was broke, so I had a couple hamsters, and they had babies, and I just kept going. And then I would just feed it those hamsters.
Boy.
Snakes got to eat.
Wow. You want to talk about dark?
Well, you can buy the things from the pet store,
Yep.
and the living conditions in those pet stores are horrible.
Oh, so
I mean,
that's
I
how
had
you
nice
justify?
little, like, Lego mazes and stuff. Like, I was...
Yeah, little Lego mazes that those little baby hamsters never got to experience.
They did. They did. I didn't feed them to the snake till they were well into their... They lived great lives. Lived a long, healthy life. Full of adventure and, you know, little piñatas and stuff.
You know what I'd be interested about is, you know, there's obvious signs that...
Serial killers. That you're a serial killer. Right?
No.
Like making of a murderer. Is that not where you were going?
What's the back there for?
Yeah.
No, that's not where I was going. What I was going is that there's something going on in the animal world that like they know. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them play dumb, but I think it has to be a facade. Like there has been
Like Dr. Dolittle?
there has been numerous things that have occurred, right? The one video that like literally, I don't know why it makes me cry, but it makes me cry. This this chick's on a paddleboard, and she's like out. She's out, and the seas are so calm, and this giant blue whale comes and is like just chilling by her, right?
Yeah.
And like somehow it's getting documented, not by the chick,
Yeah.
by like it was either like a Cessna plane or like a helicopter, right? And this lady's just like, oh, this blue whale. I'm like petting.
It was protecting her, right?
There was a bull shark.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like you can't feed me.
Right.
You can't feed me the Matrix pill and tell me that, oh, animals are dumb.
Yeah.
They're just give me food.
Whales are more emotional than
Yeah, but how
human beings.
How crazy. Like, how crazy is that? And then, so this is where I spiral out of control, right?
You know what would have been dope though if
What?
the whale like right at the end of the video like fucking ate the chick.
I was thinking more funny, like flipped her. You know what I mean? Like
Banged
flipped her
her.
off the battle.
And banged her. Try to. Like a little fleshlight.
Oh boy. So no, but where I go in these rabbit holes, right, is like, what if in a past life that whale spirit wasn't in the whale? Like what if it was a person? Like what if that was like a long lost love? And he's like, I've been swimming the world to find you, and I found you, and you're in dangerous way.
They were like
Yeah. Because
kindred
everything that
spirits.
comes from the earth must return.
Right. So
just
they
saying.
were at some point they were
Whether it be in the animal kingdom or in this, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe they were connected somehow.
Past lives.
You know what I mean? And then I go down a rabbit hole, and then the next thing I know, I've been up for 4 days.
Yeah. Taking in whale facts.
I know everything there is to know.
Soaking up whale knowledge.
You know what I mean?
Hey, man, shout out Boston Mike.
Shout out Boston Mike.
He just got a new boat.
Yep.
Just talked to him on the phone.
Yep.
Speaking of whale charters.
Okay.
He got a new boat.
Yeah.
He's getting his license.
Captain's license.
Captain's license. We're going to go fishing with him. I talked to him about it.
Yeah, I won't, but yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go fishing with him.
No, so here's
I already set it up.
Okay, cool. But I get seasick. So
yeah, it's okay.
And I know Boston Mike, and Boston Mike will tell me like, "Nah, it's good. You're good, right?" And then he'll wait. Because he's a captain, he'll wait and he'll read the tides, right? Because he's not gonna be your traditional captain. He's not gonna be the captain that turns on like
I'm counting on it.
The radio and like listens to like the incoming tide. No, he's gonna go out there. He's gonna stick his finger in the water, and he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah. It's gonna be choppy seas today. It's gonna be choppy seas." And then he's gonna call me. He's gonna say, "Hey, Flip, calm seas, bud.
Yeah.
Let's go."
Glass.
Exactly.
It's glass out there, partner.
And I'm gonna go out there, and I mean, here's the good news is basically you'll have chum for the sharks.
I got the cure.
Because I'll be.
I got
puking.
the cure for seasickness.
Go ahead.
It's butterscotch. Thank Esther.
Ethel.
Thank Ethel. Ethanol. Thank ethanol.
Yeah, no, you know what's crazy is, so I was talking to him, and he's super stressed about the test, and you know our friend Babs.
Yeah.
I remember when he was taking his contractor's license, and he was super stressed, and right, and like, so, gifts of recovery, get to do kind of stuff like this, right? Super cool. But also, it's easy to get wrapped up in that stress instead of stepping back and like looking at the picture, right? Taking kind of a non-objective view of it. And that's what I had to remind Babs when he was taking his contractor's license, because he struggled. Because he's not, and this is not a shot, he'll tell you flat out, he's not a bookworm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not good at tests.
Yeah.
You know, and so he had to work really, really hard, and he failed this test. But I will say one of the most inspiring things was like his attitude of just not giving up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a resilient dude.
Oh God, dude. Because I had the conversation with Boston Mike because he was super stressed about this test, because it's a whole lot of money, and he had to go like down to Cape Coral for like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Power through these courses, and he was like stressing. And I'm like, okay, but like, do you have to take the test this weekend? He said, well, no, I don't have to. I said, okay, well, that's what you got to look at, right? Because a lot of times I think we search for that instant gratification that it's hard to step back and like look at the whole picture, right? Like, I know you want this, and that's awesome that you want. Like, I want this. I want us to have 1 million followers yesterday.
Yeah.
I want us to be on a world tour.
I want a nap for a long time. I want to set a world record for nap. For the best.
Did you know
the best and longest nap?
Did you know snails can sleep for 3 weeks?
Get the fuck out of here.
3 weeks at a time.
Do they go in?
And
they go inside their shell?
Did you know? I don't know. I always wanted to, like, I kind of wanted to be a turtle, because I always picture like they have a decked out house inside their shell.
Yeah,
like
dude.
They picked up little knickknacks along the way.
Like Snoopy's doghouse?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
You know that's how turtles get down.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Franklin.
And there is a bird, a species of bird, that can actually fly while it sleeps.
Fuck off.
I swear. Starts with a B. I know it's not right, but it rhymes with baguette. I don't know what it is, but the bird species. It's like burgette or
briquette, charcoal briquettes. I used to sleep and drive a lot. Honestly, I'd be on 75, and I'd be like,
"Oh, you know how many times I heard that?"
Oh, dude, the rumble sticks? Are you kidding me? Bro, I was on the rumble strips every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I recovered so many times where I should have probably died. Like, I'd be on 75, like, all right, like we're heading to work. Like it's kind of, this is really peaceful in here. I'm just going to take a quick little nappy poo. On 75.
Yeah.
In a 97 Jeep Cherokee, bro. Like, no. You don't take naps on 75 in a Jeep.
Well,
you do that in a Tesla.
You don't take naps when you drive.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, obviously, yeah, in hindsight. Hindsight's 20/20 and everything, but like they say. But, at the time, I was just, like, super tired, and I thought that a nap would just do me right. And then I'd wake up.
To the rumble sticks?
40 seconds later, probably. Maybe less. Heart beating out of my chest. 4 tires in the grass. The rumble sticks were,
past that.
Fucking 10 seconds ago. We blew through the rumble sticks. Now I'm getting sideways. I'm trying to correct myself. I get back on. Skirt, 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 skirt. I'm looking around. People are around me. I'm embarrassed now, so now I'm flooring it to get away from these people. And then that was every day. And then, 30 minutes later, I'm
right back at it.
Oh, let's try this one more time.
Did you know that the only word in the English dictionary that doesn't rhyme with anything is month? There's no other word in the English dictionary that rhymes with it. I told you, I came locked and loaded.
You fucked this whole podcast up.
I came locked and loaded.
I'm going to be useless this entire podcast now. I'm be just going through a Rolodex of
useless facts.
Month.
Yeah.
Trying to find words that rhyme with month. Cunt.
No.
Cunt. Cunt is okay.
I don't think that's a word.
No.
Unless it's a silent H. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. How long did it take you to figure that out?
Not long, because I cook. So, like, I make lasagna. So, like, I know there's a G in there.
Okay, dude. Well, I spell. And I'm Italian. So, you know what I mean?
Yep. He's going to link his ancestry in the description.
And I'm black, too.
I know.
1%.
Yeah.
Nigerian, to be
precise.
Makes
sense.
Or North African. It said Nigerian first. Yeah. I think that's the same thing.
Your big toe's definitely Nigerian.
And I'm Jewish. So, like, say what you want. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what
but,
you mean.
Careful.
Huh? Well, no, I am those things.
Okay.
And I'm Scottish. I'm Scottish.
Okay.
There's a castle in Scotland right on Lake Loch Ness called Grant's Castle, and you can stay there for free if your last name's Grant.
Is that true?
Yep. But I just recently found out that Grant isn't my real last name.
Boom, boom, boom.
What's
your real last name?
Grant's not my last name. My real last name is Cohen. It's Cohen.
I have so many questions.
Sam Cohen on Ancestry. We got a picture of him. He's my great-great-grandfather.
Okay.
From Chicago.
Okay.
And they changed their name to Grant. I just asked my dad this the other day when I did his windshield. I was like, why did we change our name? He's like, well, Jewish people were persecuted back then. And like,
so my grandfather, who, I mean, he's by marriage, not by blood, his name was Henry Sugarman. And in order to get a job, he changed his name to Hank Bentley because Jewish people couldn't get jobs.
Yeah.
And so that was his real name.
They
now
were
going
oppressed.
back to the great grandpa, I had a great I don't know if it's great grandpa in Chicago who had a bar during Prohibition. Yeah. And Al Capone threatened to blow up his bar if he didn't bootleg liquor for him.
That's wild, dude.
Which is wild. So he bootleg liquor. You know what I mean? Of course. Yeah. Like, what are you going to do? Which I thought was like crazy to think about. Also crazy to think about.
My mom was a madam at Al Capone's whorehouse.
And Al Capone.
Real talk.
Al Capone.
Shout out Mama Patty, the original gangster. She worked the cash register.
Al Capone had a business card that said he was a used furniture salesman.
For real?
That was his business card.
What a G.
I'm glad we
What
got
a
on the Al
G.
Capone because I want to talk about those bomb-ass shoes you made.
Oh, yeah, I did a pair of customs for my cousin.
Yo, Al Capone was a wild dude. Could you imagine living back then?
I think about it all the time. Yes, I can, because I imagine it all the time.
Like that was such a crazy time for so many reasons. One, I love that how everybody dressed.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like they were done to the nines, which is crazy to think about because they didn't have central air conditioning.
Oh, could you imagine wearing some of them suits now?
I'd die.
I couldn't even wear the hat.
I'd die.
Yeah, I would pass away. Shoot me in the face with a Tommy gun. It's over.
You know, you used to have a vehicle that kind of reminds me of the cars back in the day, the HHR. That was kind of like a take on it.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
It
The old
was.
mobsters hanging on the side with
Like
the
an
Tommy
old
guns.
Model T Ford.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love that car.
If only I had a Tommy gun back then, so I could sell it for my drugs. That was a nice house.
The HHR.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the whole setup in there. Had my little phone set up. You'd come knocking on the window in the morning. Hey, buddy.
Isn't it crazy?
Time to get up for work.
Isn't it
Because we worked in the
crazy
same building.
to think about the lives that we used to live?
Yeah.
Like, isn't like I was actually just talking to Tiff about this last night, and I think maybe we talked about it on live. I don't know, but like, it's hard for me to even put my mind in the mindset of like how I used to behave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like what used to go through my head, because I spent when I worked at the Sarasota Yacht Club, which shout out Justin Timberlake story.
JT.
And I lived in Northport, right?
Icebox where my heart used to be. Fuck. Damn it. I did it again.
You did it again.
Shit.
You did it again. But there used to be this place, and I know this is going to sound fictitious, but whatever. Over by the Ringling School of Arts, this dude, his grandma owned this little bar right across the street from the Ringling School of Arts, right?
Yeah.
She passed away, left him this little shut down bar. It wasn't even like open, right? And the Ringling School of Arts wanted to buy it because they wanted to turn it into a what is it for art? Not a showcase
Studio.
like to display works, right? And he was like, no, and they ended up giving him a ridiculous amount of money. So right behind that, there was 4 kind of like shitty houses, right?
Compound.
And he bought all 4 with that money and put a fence all the way around it.
Oh my God, dude.
And then the fence, the only way to get in, beep, boop, beep, boop, code,
Oh,
right?
What a nightmare, dude. I would never leave.
So it was an adult playground is the only way to explain.
Yeah.
He ended up pulling a bus in there and like had the windows blacked out and like everything was blacklight in there. He had like rope swings and hammocks everywhere. That was the first place I ever did Molly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't seem to find Molly. 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 Molly.
So my buddy was renting a room in there that I worked with at the yacht club. Actually, the dude that gave me the Molly for the Justin Timberlake story.
Okay. Okay.
And
Full circle.
yes, yep. And I was like, dude, like this driving back and forth to Northport is killing me. He said, I got a tent. And I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, I got a tent on the side of the house. Why don't you just crash in there? And I said, absolutely. So I lived there for 2 months in that tent.
Yeah.
In that fucking tent. And I'm like, I like look back on it and I'm like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it was such a nice tent. Like, why would he just let me live there for free?
Is that where you were going with that?
Oh, no.
No, I was saying like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no, that's
threw
crazy.
me for a loop
That's
there
crazy.
for a second. No, yeah,
that's-
it was
Yeah, that's weird. But just such a crazy time,
Okay.
dude. Such a crazy, and not that I'm glorifying drug use by any means, but when I say
No, we're not
I know.
doing that
I
because
know.
this is a recovery podcast.
I know, but this is just how wild like life was. Is
Yeah.
like I would work all day
Right.
and then come and do Molly,
Come home, come tent.
right? And stay up all night. And
Yeah.
I would always fall asleep in a random hammock.
Yeah, you didn't even sleep in the tent. You
No.
just had your things in there.
Yeah, my belongings.
Had your belongings in there.
Yeah.
Your effects,
It's crazy, dude.
as you would.
Crazy.
Your accoutrements.
Accoutrements.
Give it a goog.
That
If you
app,
want, I mean.
that app is paying off.
I'm
that
just
app really
saying.
needs to sponsor this podcast, by the way.
Yeah. That would be dope, right?
Yeah.
It's a free app.
The vocabulary that you have been dropping has been amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Magnanimous.
Okay.
So, I mean, and there's, that's just like one of the things that
Okay.
if I had to like put a word to it, some of the things that I've learned.
Magnanimous?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I used to live in a tent, and you used to live in an HHR. And, like, we were okay.
I think I would have rather have been in your situation.
Well, yeah.
Because you were in like a confined area. Like I was in like the presidential parking lot.
Which is wild.
Crazy.
Wild. Little Havana.
There was action. Boy, you want to talk about some traffic? I was like a fucking investigator on I'm staking out the parking lot every night.
Well, that's also meth.
Yeah, I was on high alert.
Yeah. Seeing shadow people. You were investigating a shadow people.
It was probably dead. The parking lot, there's nobody in the parking lot.
Nobody.
And we're like, man, there's a lot of traffic around here right now.
Yeah.
That dude's doing the crip walk. What's going on right now? Some gang shit going on around here.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's so, like, how, and that's, again, to bring it back to recovery, and it's like people that only have known me in recovery, they're like, there's no way. There's no way. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you have no idea.
Oh, people that knew me back then see me now and say there's no way.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah, you got a doppelganger.
They'll be like, leave and walk back in and look fucked up like you used to. There's no way you're doing this.
Yeah.
I just saw Mandy's uncle. He worked at Charlotte County Jail while I was in there. And last time I went in there, he like came into my cell. He like came into the pod and everybody was like, where's he going? Where's he going? And he like walked into my cell and like woke me up. And like everybody's like, oh, Luke's a snitch. You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck, dude, you're fucking killing it for me, dog. I'm trying to be the pod boss in here, homie. And he was just like really disappointed in me.
Oh, God. I walked all the way in there just to
Tell me how disappointed he was.
Ugh.
I'm not mad. I'm just very disappointed.
Nothing stings like that.
I said, I'm not mad or sad. I'm just going to hang myself as soon as you leave the cell. So you might as well put me in a turtle suit right now. 24-hour watch. So I saw him and he was like, I was walking straight towards him and he's looking right at me. And he looked away from me. And I was like, yo. And he like looked at me again. He's like, holy shit, dude. Fucking beard. I was like, yeah, man. Gifts of recovery. And then somebody that he is close to was dealing with some issues. And I was able to like, from me always being the fuck up that everybody like looked down on and not maybe looked down on, but never thought that I could get it together. Now somebody else in the family was going through something and like I was able to like give him some hope. How crazy is that?
That's the shit that I live for.
Yeah.
Like and it still catches me off guard. You know what I mean? Because when that stuff happens, it's not like when you're expecting it. It's not like you set up an appointment to meet with somebody that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Saw you at your worst. Like that is true, like off, just completely.
Yeah, dude, it was the 7-Eleven on River Road. I had to take a piss. That's how that works.
PP.
case you ever want to go show somebody how good you're doing, going to the 7-Eleven
On River
off
Road.
of River Road right off the interstate.
And take a pee.
I-75
Take a pee.
and do a tankle.
You know, it's just it's crazy, dude.
Urinate.
It's crazy how that stuff happens. But you know, I mean, it's proof. It's proof that it works.
Yeah.
And it's proof that it's possible. And I don't think, you know, and you can stress it to people. And we, you know, we used to tell the dudes in the rehab all the time, like, listen, like, if some fuck ups like us can do it, you can. They're like, nah, but
Yeah, everybody says that.
yeah.
And, like, I think people get sick of hearing that, but, like, literally, like, if I could do it,
Yeah,
like, anybody can do it.
like, I don't think you understand.
Yeah, it's really, like, I didn't think that I could do it.
I was the server at Applebee's that was buying cocaine from the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And was shooting it in the bathroom so much that the manager, when he was trying to find me, he would just open the bathroom door.
Yeah.
And say, hey, Flip, table 3's food's ready. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming. I come out the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where's table 3?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just walk up to table 3. What can I get you guys? And they're like, we already ordered. And I said, oh. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that was me.
They're like, Flip, why are you talking to that claw machine?
That was me.
Yeah.
You know? You know how many lunch breaks I took and I never came back?
Yeah. I do. Because I did it too.
You know how many times my grandparents died?
Oh, God. So bad. I had so many family members.
My I had a boss at the Lashley Crab House, the head chef. He kept tally of it, and he said, "Hey, listen." He said, "Hey, listen, dude." He said, "I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge, but according to my records, you've had 18 grandpas die and 17 grandmas. So
What
either
kind of family does this dude got?
either you come from one fucked up family,
Yeah.
or you're lying."
Yeah.
And I looked him dead in his eyes and I said, "You have no idea how fucked up my family is."
Yeah. Just continued it.
Yeah,
You have to.
you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
But that's the type of individual that I was.
Right. I used to stay up for days, and I mean, I'd stay up for 6 days and go to work at Absolute Aluminum every single day. It's like a never-ending work day, and I'm at a chop saw. Sleep, bro. Slumped, hand, ready for action, bro. I mean, no guard on the saw. My boss came in there, woke me up a couple times, like, dude, you fucking kidding me right now? Just, yeah. I was thinking. You know what I mean? That's my line.
Yeah.
I was just thinking really hard about this cut. He's like, you have no material on your bench. What are you doing? What cut? I was thinking about what I was going to do when I got it here. You know? Yeah, bro.
It's crazy. I used to, when I was living out of a hotel, running from open warrants. And I used to...
That's my favorite.
I used to walk to the gas station, and we live in Florida, so just keep that in mind. In boxers, a full bathrobe, and fuzzy female slippers.
Yeah.
Okay? And you know how many people I ran into at that gas station? They're like, "What's up, man? You good?" I'm good. I'm living the life.
Kidding me, bro? I'm fucking Motel Hefner, dog. Get out of here, bro.
You see me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
This is velvet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is ostrich fur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, are you good?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Are you? Yeah. Yeah. Who are you?
You know what I mean? And so it's just like, to come from that to be in the place that we're in now, where we can help somebody.
Yeah.
Where we can try to give somebody hope. Where we can be accountable.
That's wild.
It's insane.
It's crazy. Blows my mind.
I know.
Ostrich.
Ostrich.
Remember the ostrich from Donkey Kong?
Yeah, I love that ostrich.
You know what I did the other day at work
Earthworm Jim.
with Mike?
What?
Shout out Mike Rogers.
Oh, go laser.
I listened to the entire soundtrack to Donkey Kong, the original soundtrack, the whole day.
Okay, so questions. One, I guess my first question is why?
When you do it, which I know you will now,
Oh,
now
yeah,
that we talked about
Of course
it,
I will.
you won't have to ask me that question.
Okay, when was this?
You'll know.
Was this yesterday?
No.
Okay.
No. Drudging up some fucking...
I was just going to say,
Someone give me a fucking controller so I can snap it in half. Quick.
well, it would make sense as to your road rage yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, no. No.
It's so,
But it did bring up so many emotions, dude. And when you're listening to it, you're like, fucking the bees. You're like the bees. And then you're like, oh my God, this was like the Crocs. And then you're like, oh, dude, the aquatic ambiance track. You know what I mean? Where he's underwater.
Yeah.
And you're like, get that fucking swordfish, dog. Jump on that fucking saddle up, partner. We're about to
what was
boom,
that sword?
boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Yeah, dude. Wild.
Listen, like,
And brought back, dude, like at some parts, like I was like getting emotional, bro. Like I almost cried.
you know,
And then we went into a deep, like, we listened to a lot. We listened to Double Dragon Battletoads. We listened to, then we started listening to like 90s cartoon intros. Bro, it's nice.
yeah.
Little
Well, you know,
nostalgic.
it's one of those things that, and it's crazy because now we're the old people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Because
let's listen to some.
well, no, but you remember like when we were kids and like grown-ups at that point were like, oh, you guys have no idea. You
Yeah.
guys have no idea what music is, or you have
Jethro Tull.
yeah, you don't
Smoke on
you
the
don't know
water.
about Pong.
Yeah.
What is it? You're playing Donkey Kong? We used to play
Yeah.
Pong. Two
Yeah.
paddles, one square ball.
We settled it like men.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, like they used to play, like they used to throw pocket knives at each other. Like that's a game.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a game? What are you, a fake monkey throwing barrels?
Yeah.
Try having a pocket knife thrown at your face.
This is for real men and women. And we're
Yeah.
like, you can't talk like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's 2023.
You're like, I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes when I was 8 years old. What are you doing?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks. Dad, I appreciate you passing that habit along to me. Awesome.
But I miss
Is that why I'm an addict?
I miss the video games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was a huge thing for me. And I remember when my stepdad was dating my mom, and you know, anybody that's dating somebody with a kid that's not yours, like I think it's almost natural to kind of try to spoil at first. And I remember he bought me a Sega Genesis, dude. He bought me a Sega, and he's like, "Listen, this ain't gonna be an everyday occurrence, but I think it would be cool." And I had Sonic the Hedgehog, dude, and like and that was a lot of our bonding time.
Yeah.
You know, was spent on the sticks.
Yeah.
And they were wholesome games. Well, maybe not Mortal Kombat, but you know.
Yeah. I listened to Sonic too. The whole soundtrack. So wild, dude.
Yeah,
Oh, God, man. Just brings you right back.
I know. And it's crazy because sometimes when I go down that path, I'm like, man, like it's almost like watching a movie, and like you're like, damn, like what if you can get? I sometimes I get caught into what if I did things differently?
Yeah.
It's straight butterfly effect.
Yeah.
And then I go down, I start listening to old stuff or start looking at old stuff. And the next thing I know, I'm watching Ashton Kutcher and Butterfly Effect. I have no idea how I got there.
Yeah.
I haven't been to work in 2 days.
You're fucking, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crying
Yeah.
a lot.
So much crying.
So much crying.
And I'm like, but what if you never put the firecracker in the mailbox?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was a baby. It was a fucking baby. You know what I mean?
Oh, that was rough.
Wow, this just took a weird turn, and I didn't think we were gonna get there from Donkey Kong soundtrack. But shout out Donkey Kong. You gonna tell him?
Yeah, Diddy Kong's going to be on episode
373.
373. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out Donkey Kong. Did you
That was my best.
did you know that the most not attractive, what am I trying to think? The
Candy
best,
Kong.
The best smell to humans across the board is banana.
Gorilla.
Banana.
Hair.
Gorilla hair?
Bananas.
Bananas.
The best smell to...
Yeah, the most like pleasing smell to senses for humans on across the board. Not just you.
Well,
for all humans.
Okay. Well, you know what they used to call me back in high school?
Chiquita?
Nah, the banana cream pirate. Arr. Arr.
My last fun fact.
Man the mooring lines.
My last fun fact is on average, Americans eat, all of America, on average,
What?
per day, Americans consume 18 acres of pizza. And I said, okay, but that's just Luke. So what about everybody else?
Yeah, I'm thinking like
18 acres of pizza.
You know
That's a
what's
lot
crazy?
of pizza.
I just housed a half a pizza before I came here. And then I did a slow like walk of shame over to the scale. And I was like,
You've been
this
doing
is gonna be
good.
bad.
You've been
Yeah,
doing
I
good.
gained a pound.
Well, that's just the
That's
pizza.
just from dinner.
Yeah, that's just a pizza. But you've been
Yeah.
doing really good. And you've
Thanks,
been
bro.
vigilant. And I've been proud of you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've been eating a lot of salads.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not supposed to eat like fried chicken salads,
Well, I
but
mean,
that's what I've been doing.
it's been working.
Thanks.
Yeah. I've been noticing.
I
Been looking
appreciate
good.
that, bro.
Been
You
looking
look
good.
great too.
Well, thank you, man.
You look amazing. You're no Taylor Kish, but
I know.
hey, you know who played Gambit in X-Men?
Who?
In not X-Men, X-Men Origins of Wolverine, remember?
Yeah.
Remember Gambit?
Yeah.
Can you picture who played him?
No.
It was Taylor Kish.
I love Gambit, dude. One of my all-time favorite
I love
X-Men.
Taylor Kish.
Yeah, I know. So
He's my
it makes
all-time
sense.
favorite real men.
Apparently, there's a new show about I think it's on Netflix about Whitey Bulger, but it's got this crazy cast like Benedict Cumberbatch, the dude, the older brother in Step Brothers. You know, the one that's like got his shit together, but he's still a weirdo.
Oh yeah, that dude's funny.
I know. It's got the dude, the sheriff from Stranger Things.
Yeah, I didn't get into that yet.
What?
Me either.
Yeah, I should.
Hold on. You guys haven't watched Stranger Things?
Oh my gosh, bro.
Don't do this to
Have
me
you
right
watched
now.
my home videos from when I was a kid?
Yes.
Well, that fucking backfired on me. I thought I was going to have like a real argument there.
No. But you haven't watched Stranger Things?
I think I watched
That's
a couple of
basically
episodes.
you.
Get into it.
That is basically you.
What are you trying to say?
Are you calling me
A stranger thing?
That's about your life.
that
I'm
we're
really-
living in a false, like underground world of demons?
The Upside Down.
I feel like I live in the upside down.
I'm on my corporate lawyer shit right now.
Okay.
I'm watching Suits. Harvey Specter.
You know what's fucked up about good shows like that though is like I really think and I'm like, damn, like I could have been a damn good lawyer.
I can't.
I can't.
You're like, and now you're like dressing up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, babe, I gotta go to fucking Burlington real quick, and I gotta go to Burlington Coat
What are you talking
Factory
about?
and get a couple.
I'm on the laptop looking up law schools.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got your suit on. You got
Yeah.
your cross strap
Yeah.
pack with your laptop and your notebook, writing Florida State statutes down in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jordan comes in. I said, it's bedtime. He said, no, it's not. And I say, just the most lawyer thing that I can fucking
Yeah.
think of. Objection!
Object. Yeah. Strike.
Yeah.
Badgering the witness.
Yeah.
Get to your room.
Yeah.
Get to the juror box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ella comes out, Daddy, sustained.
So yeah.
And I said, what the fuck? Fuck is going on here?
Oh god.
And then I go into my best Jack Nicholson impersonation from, what was that? One of my all-time favorite movies with Tom Cruise and, you know what I'm talking about. What's it called?
You want the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. That felt good.
Holy fuck.
That felt good.
If I do it again?
Nah, because I don't know if I could do it.
Do it.
You can't handle the truth.
Oh my god, bro. Is Jack in the room right now?
Like me. Shout out Jack Nicholson. Episode 816. He'll be on. Super excited about that one. Can't wait.
You gotta stop saying real people, I think.
I don't know.
I think
comment.
no. I feel like maybe you got to stop saying real people. I think there might be some validity to that.
Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. Have you ever heard the thing of
I think if you were to say shout out,
Snack Mickelson?
no,
Oh.
like a character that he played.
Okay.
Shout out the dude from Shining that busts his head through the door, or shout out Joker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, you know what I'm hoping? I think that it's like that principle, like if you ask enough times, like it'll come true. So I'm hoping that if I take enough shots, like one day we're going to get an email. It's going to be like, hey, this is Jack Nicholson. Can't wait to be on the pod. What episode did you say it was again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to happen.
You think so? Or it's going to be his
Lawyer saying slander.
his attorney
Yeah.
saying objection.
Yes.
And your daughter's going to come out like, sustain. All right, say a joke real quick for everybody. So tell your best joke, and we'll end it on a joke.
I'm just standing because my legs are sore.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Go ahead. You're the jokester.
You
I
want
came
me
with
to
the
tell a joke?
factoids. Yeah.
Okay, so piece of string walks into a bar, and he asks the bartender for a drink. Bartender says, "We don't serve string here." So the string gets all depressed. He walks out. He goes home. He's looking in the mirror. He's like, man, I don't know what I got to do. I'm never going to be accepted. He said, I'm going to try again tomorrow. He goes in the next day, walks up to the bartender. He says, let me get a drink. He says, I thought I told you we don't serve string here. He's like, man. He leaves, goes home, goes in the mirror. He says, I don't know what I got to do. He said, I got an idea. He ties himself in a knot, and he messes his hair up. And he goes back in. He says, bartender, let me get a drink. Bartender says, hey, aren't you that string that's been coming in here? He said, I'm afraid not.